All right. Hey guys, Wayne Stevenson here. Today we are gonna talk about something that's on everybody's minds. Is it safe to order parts from China? It's a very good question. For those of you that are just tuning in, a while ago, back in May, I received a package of 30 stepper motors. Now, that package was the first in many packages to arrive. You see, this spring, I started a project where I'm going to be assembling a whole bunch of 3D printers in a CNC machine. Now, not all the parts have arrived yet. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the whole video, because towards the end, I'm going to share with you exactly, on average, how long it takes from the time you place the order to it arrives on your doorstep. So back in 2015, I was just getting into drones and I bought myself a 3D printer to print drone frames. Well, I never did end up getting that set up until about January, when I finally took the time to clean up some room and set it up, because that was all that was holding me back. Cleaning up, so I had room for it. At any rate, I got hooked on it. Man, did I get hooked on it. It's just as exciting, just as addictive as flying. So back in March, I decided to get started on a new project, an MP CNC machine. And in doing so, I kind of got addicted to my 3D printer in a bad way. So I tuned the heck out of it. I did a few upgrades, had to replace the heated bed on that. And it got to be where I was really relying on this thing. I was printing 3D printed parts for my drones, especially the old 250 frames, which is why I bought the thing in the first place. And like I said, I became addicted to it. So I got another crazy idea, and that was that I'm going to build the perfect 3D printer for my needs. This latest project of mine is me building a whole bunch of 3D printers. I decided to build a whole bunch of different ones based on open source concepts like the CR10, the Prusa clones like the MK3S, the MK2.5, and some other things. So I set out to place an order for all the parts, individual components that I could to build this. I decided to build it piece by piece. I didn't want to buy a kit and put it together. I wanted to source every part out that I could, every piece, every screw, every nut, every bolt, every bearing, every extruder, every nozzle. The details of this project that I've undertaken entail that I order over 160 different individual products, all from different suppliers, some of them the same suppliers, but over 160 different orders, and I've been tracking them all on a spreadsheet so that I know exactly what I have and how long it's taken to arrive. So I placed 162 orders. 162. 162. I know you have that one question on your mind. What's the average? What's the average? Just stay tuned. So in that time frame, I've seen things arrive at my doorstep as quick as 18 days and take as long as 141 days. I had some blue PLA show up in 130 days. If you guys remember those 3D stepper motors that arrived, those ones took 30 days. My purple MKS3 Bear kit arrived in 35 days. For those of you wondering what took 141 days, one of these GT2 belts. I ended up getting this one off Amazon because it was the last thing that I had to finish off my MP CNC kit. Okay, so the one number you guys are looking for. How long are orders taking? My average time right now is 72 days. 72 days from the time you place the order to the time it arrives at your doorstep. That is how long, on average, it's taking an order from Aliexpress to arrive, at least to me or to Canada. I'm in a rural area, so you probably shave off a couple of days there. Those times are completely 100% acceptable to me. If you want it overnight, get Amazon, but you get what you pay for. 53% of all my orders are arrived in my house and accounted for. 2 of those orders had some discrepancies on the quantities. I ordered 10 fens, I got 1, and in another one of my polished steel rods, I got some of them that were too long, so I got to chop them off. No big deal. I was gonna have to chop a bunch off anyhow because the sizes that I wanted weren't readily available, or at least available at the price I wanted. So they're gonna be chopped down anyhow, so that's no big deal. Some of the orders I placed at the end of May have arrived in the 18 to 22 day mark, which is pretty much what I was expecting around December before the Christmas rush or immediately after. So that's exactly where we want to be with our time frame. So things are getting better. I am still placing orders with Aliexpress. I have no reservation about it. I am fine, and I know that the stuff that hasn't arrived is gonna arrive, because my experience with it, it might take forever, but it will eventually arrive. So I'm not afraid. My personal opinion is that it is 100% safe to purchase from AliExpress right now, even with COVID. Things are back to normal, I would say. So anyhow, I hope I've talked enough to let you know that it is safe. You got 2 thumbs up to order from AliExpress. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching. If this video helped you out, give me a big thumbs up. Also, I'd love to hear your comments on this. Are you guys buying from AliExpress, Banggood, China Invasion, eBay? Let me know below, and let me know what kind of time frame you guys are getting. I want to know how quick things are. Again, if you find my videos excellent, make sure you subscribe. I'm always putting new content out, and appreciate you guys subscribing to me.